everybody, and welcome to Storm Reads. And today I'm going to be doing my May TBR. And if I look a little red, it's because I've been mowing today and I got a little sun and I got a little bit of a sunburn. My shoulders are a little bit redder than my face, actually. I don't know why, but yeah, I feel like I look a little red on here, so I don't know, but that's why. Anyway, let's get into things. So, in May, there is a thing called A Book a Day in May, and it's hosted by Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books, and Elizabeth Tyree, I think is her name. Anyway, so it's like the two Elizabeths. And I am maybe going to try, it depends on if I can get maybe some short middle grade and short cozy mysteries. So, it's a goal I'm shooting for, but it's probably not going to happen, but I thought I would mention it. Because I do have a list of books that I do need to get, and if I can toss in a few extras, I will be working a lot outside with my garden, and hopefully taking like some walks and things, so hopefully I will be able to get like some extra audios in, and so maybe I can do it, and it's kind of a little shout out to middle grade May. They used to do middle grade May, but now they do middle grade March, and so they don't do middle grade May anymore. So I thought I would try maybe to just fit in some middle grade books for that, to give a nod to what they used to have middle grade May. So that's that, and I do have one book I'm carrying over from April. I didn't get it finished. I didn't even get halfway through it yet. But that's Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. And this is a young adult contemporary about a girl whose name I've done already forgot, and I'm still reading it. That's pretty bad. Liz. Okay, it's about a girl named Liz who... her mother kind of grew her up on rom-coms, and her mother died when she was young, so she really hangs on to the romantic notions of movies, and she's always got the soundtracks of those movies in her head, and she associates a lot of things. That was my dog, sorry. She associates a lot of things with the soundtracks in the movies. She makes playlists for everything. And she had a crush on this guy, Michael, whenever they were younger, but then Michael moved away. And now they're teenagers, and Michael has moved back. And she's also always had this friend, Wes, who has kind of been like the thorn in her side. And he's grown up to be very nice looking, and everybody loves Wes, but she hates Wes, and she can't understand why everybody loves Wes. And she's crushing on Michael, and the only way to get to Michael, because Wes and Michael are friends, is to go through Wes. And so, you know, it's one of those, and I'm pretty sure that she's going to fall for Wes more than Michael. So, we'll see. So far, the main characters made me roll my eyes a tiny bit, but other than that, it's been pretty cute so far. And that's the only one I believe that I'm rolling over from April, because I didn't get to it. I do have 3 buddy reads with my friend Barb. And the first one will be Whispering Rock by Robin Carr. This is going to be a continuation of a series that we are slowly making our way through. This is the Virgin River series, and this is number 3. This one is about the decorated U.S. Marine reservist. And he's also he was an LA police detective, a police officer, Mike Valenzuela, but he was injured. We find that out in book 2, that he was injured in a shootout, and he can't hardly move one of his arms, so he's been discharged from being a police officer, and he decides to move to Virgin River to heal. And while he's there, they ask him to be like the police officer there, because he starts to get back the use of his arm and everything. And they never had a cop there, so they asked him to do it. And while he's there, he meets Bree, which is Jack Sheridan's sister, and she's having some problems and needing to heal and everything. And Mike has always been a little bit of a womanizer, and Bree knows that, and so I think she kind of keeps him at arm's length a little bit, but they both like each other, and you can kind of tell that a little bit in the second book, which is why I'm kind of excited to get to their story to see how it goes. I do know he better be on his best behavior because Jack is his friend, and that's his sister, and, you know, Jack might beat him up if he doesn't be careful. Okay, and then the next book is the first book in the spin-off series from the Kate Daniel series, and it's A Blood Heir by Iona Andrews. And this one is about Julie, who was Kate's adopted daughter. And you learn, if you have read the Kate Daniel series, you know what happened and how come Julie has some powers that she has. And I'm trying to say things without spoiling that series. And anyway, she's grown up now, and she knows that she has these, and she knows why. And she also knows that the only way to keep her family safe is if she kind of moves away. So she leaves Atlanta and goes off somewhere else, creates her own name. So her name in this is Aurelia Ryder. And that's the name of the series. And we loved Kate Daniel series, and we really like Julie, so we're excited to see how this spin-off series is going to go. Then the next one is Bigfoot in the Bronx by Hunter Shea. Hunter Shea is Barb and I's one of our favorite horror authors, and we like to do this sometimes, and we call it Shay and May. And so we are going to read one of his newest books. I love Bigfoot, and I've been wanting a really good Bigfoot book, and finally he has come out with a Bigfoot book, and I'm so excited. And I don't know anything about it, really. There was no information that I could find on it. I just know that as soon as I seen that he had it, I grabbed the ebook real quick. And since she had also did the same thing, we decided to go ahead and buddy read it. It's Hunter Shea, Bigfoot in the Bronx. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. His books are always kind of a fun romp and chomp type thing. They're sometimes over the top and silly, but a lot of times they're just a lot of fun. And so I can't wait to read that one. And so that's the... if you see me looking this way, it's because I got my computer, because I never remember all this stuff if I didn't. So that's the 3 books that we're going to buddy read. And then I did the Bookspin that's hosted by Rick McDonald, I believe is his name. I'll link it down below. But this is Bookspin number 2. And what you do is you make a list from 1 to 20 of books that you would like to get to. And then he spins a wheel, and then whatever number it lands on, that's the book you read. I put my least favorite book as number 1 because I just knew number 1 wouldn't get picked, but it did. So I am reading Dangerously Dark by Colette London, and I read the first book in this series like a long time ago, and I may have to look at some reviews to refresh my memory because I just didn't want to start with the first one over again. Usually with cozies, sometimes I can start with the next one, and I'll be okay. And I think I will be. I can remember a few things, just not a whole lot. But this is the second one in the Chocolate Whisper series, and it's about Hayden Mundy Moore, who is wanting to enjoy all the chocolate delights at her friend's engagement party when the groom ends up dead. So of course there'll be sleuthing going on. And then if you've seen my quick to judge book tag that I did earlier, you can check that video out if you haven't. But you were supposed to pick the book, and it was supposed to be like your next read, but I was already in the middle of several books, and so I decided that I would pick this as my first book that I'm reading in May. And so I'm already, I did start it a little bit early, but it is the first book that I'm reading in May, and it's Bone Chase by Weston Oches. I put it right here. And it's about a out-of-work math teacher. Ethan McDonald is sent a mysterious box, and he and his girlfriend begin to unravel the mysteries. mystery 10,000 years in the making. And it's some kind of, he's chased by a six-fingered man and the Council of David, and Ethan must survive the chase and find the truth. And it's supposed to be something about giants. It's kind of like a Dan Brown type of conspiracy book, and it's got a lot of archaeological things. It doesn't have a very good rating on Goodreads, so I'm a little worried, and I'm 12% in, and I'm already confused, and I can see why people only gave it 2 stars, because it like dumps you in the middle of what's going on, and you're just kind of like, what the heck, what's going on? I don't understand, and you're confused and everything. I'm trying to stay with it, seeing if I like it. I'm hoping that I can make it through the whole thing, but if I'm still confused by about 30 or 40%, I may DNF it, but I'm going to give it a try. I don't want to let anything, the rating, persuade me to not give it a go, but I mean, I can understand why some people did not like it, but I might end up liking it. But it does have a lot of kind of technical jargon for archaeological and things, and it's a little confusing, but we'll see. And then I would like to try to get some review books in. And so one of those is The Last Fallen Star by Gracie Kim, and this is the first book in the Gifted clan, and it's from one of the Rick Riordan Presents books, and it's about an adopted Korean American girl who discovers her heritage and her magic on a perilous journey to save her witch clan family. So we'll see. I don't know anything else but that. And usually I like the Rick Riordan one, so we'll give this one a go. And then the next one I have is Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Manasala, and it's the first one in the Tita Rosie's Kitchen Mysteries. And this is a new cozy series full of sharp humor and delectable dishes, one that might just be the killer. And I don't know anything else about it except for a restaurant, matchmaking, aunties, and murder. Sounds right up my alley. And then the next one I have is Will You Remember Me by Hannah Mary McKinnon. And I know this one is about a guy who wakes up, he has on a deserted beach in Maryland, he has amnesia, he has no clue who he is, he has gash on his head, he's wearing swim trunks, and that's, he doesn't know anything, and there's 2 women, it seems like, that are looking for him maybe. One is his sister and one is his girlfriend, and from what I gather, maybe he's not exactly what they thought he was, or maybe there's a little bit more to him than maybe both of them thought, or one of them's wanting to shut him up so he doesn't remember anything, so maybe one of them tried to kill him, I don't know. But it sounded intriguing, so we'll see. And then I have The Arc of Blood-like Magic by Lascelles Samsbury. I don't know if I said that right or not, but this one, quite the chunker. But I got this one from Simon & Schuster, and it's the first in, I think, maybe a Blood-like Magic series. I don't know. I think it's the first in the series. And this one is a rich, dark urban fantasy about a teen witch who is given a horrifying task. She has to sacrifice her first love to save her family magic, but the only thing is she's never been in love before, so it seems like she's going to have to maybe try to find somebody to fall in love with so she can kill them. Sounds kind of bad, but it's kind of intriguing at the same time, and it's got a really pretty cover. And so we got that. And then I'm going to try to get to Max and the Spice Thieves by John Peregrine, if I can fit it in. And this one is about Max, who goes on an adventure with some spice thieves, and he's trying to find his father. Everybody says his father died at sea, but he doesn't believe it, and he goes on a journey where they meet like this horrible djinn and some creatures and all kinds of monsters, and it sounds like a fun adventure, so we'll see. And then I am in the Killing Time with Cozy's book club, and they are going to be reading Death Becomes Her by Nancy Coco, and this is actually an e-arc that I desperately need to get to, so it's a good thing they decided to pick this one. And it's an Oregon Honeycomb Mystery #1, and it's about Ren Johnson, who owns the Let It Be Honey Boutique, and after finding a body with one of her labels in their fist, she becomes the suspect #1, so she's got to do some sleuthing and figure out what's happening. And that's that. And so that's all the, like, e-arcs and arcs that I would like to get to, and I do have a couple of library books that I would like to try to fit in. This is going to be way more books than I'll probably get to, but like I said, you know, if I can do the, you know, book a day in May, we'll see. But Cozy's read kind of fast, so I'm hoping I can get through these really fast, but I've got Lethal Licorice by Amanda Flowers. It's #2 in the Amish Candy Shop series. I really enjoyed the first one, and so I would like to try to get to this one. And this one I think is about a cooking yeah, it's about an Amish confectionery competition, and so it sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. And I've heard a lot about this series, but I haven't actually ever tried it. This is book 1. It's the Cat in the Stack Mysteries. This is Murder Past Due by Miranda James, and I thought I would give this series a try and see if I like it, because it looks like my library may have most of these books from this series, so we'll give it a try. I heard that the first one may be a little slow and not real great, to give it a chance to read the second one, so we'll see. Hopefully it won't be too bad. And if I get a chance, I would like to get Macy Dobbs in, because I wanted to get it in last month and I just didn't have enough time. This is by Jacqueline Winspear, and it's a historical mystery, and it's set in, I think, is it World War? Maybe it's after World War One. Yeah, I think it's a little after World War One. And anyway, but she's like a private detective, I believe, and she becomes, yeah, she opens up her own detective agency. That's what I thought. So I'd like to try to get in, and it's really thin, so I mean, this will be really good for the book a day. I do have some short mysteries that are a little bit older, and they seem to be really thin, so you never know, maybe I can fit some of those in. I will probably have to do maybe a once a week check-in so that you can see how I'm doing, just in case I do manage to get a whole bunch of books read, because there is no way I'm going to be able to tell you about all the books at the end of the month, or even in a mid-month wrap-up. I'd have to do a wrap-up every week if I do manage to get a lot of books done. It's a very ambitious TBR. Like I said, I don't know how it'll go. I may do well and I may not. I'll probably throw in a whole bunch of audiobooks to try to get some reading done. We'll see. Anyway, that's what my May TBR is looking like as of now. Everybody knows I'm a mood reader, and so some of this stuff might even get thrown out and something else added in. You never know. But that's how it is. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!